Imagine a place rising from poverty to prosperity, from swampland to skyline, from doubt to dominance. A small island once called a poor, tiny red dot became one of the world's richest nations. That place was Singapore. Today, people ask a new question. Could the next Singapore actually be in Africa? A continent the world underestimated for decades. A continent rewriting its own story. A continent where cities are quietly doing what Singapore did. Investing in people building world-class infrastructure, attracting business, fighting corruption, turning geography into opportunity. This is not fantasy. It's already happening. So sit back, because in the next few minutes, we're going on a journey across Africa to discover which African nation might become the Singapore of the future and what it would take to get there. Let's begin. What made Singapore Singapore? To find Africa's future Singapore, we must understand the original one. Singapore had almost no natural resources, limited land, ethnic diversity, intense unemployment and poverty. But it also had something powerful: serious leadership plus long-term vision. What Singapore focused on: education over emotion, meritocracy over corruption, trade over isolation, technology over nostalgia. It became a global trading hub, one of the safest nations on earth, an airport that feels like the future, an economy built on knowledge, not oil, a country where rules actually work. So the question becomes, which African nation is quietly following the same path? Let's explore the strongest candidates. Candidate 1, Rwanda, the disciplined phoenix. If there is one country people mention first, it is Rwanda, a nation once torn apart by tragedy, now known for spotless capital streets, efficient governance, digital systems, replacing paperwork, plastic bans. Before much of the world drones delivering medical supplies, Kigali doesn't feel chaotic. It feels organized. Corruption among the lowest in Africa, ease of doing business among the highest, national identity stronger than ever. Rwanda focused on the same pillars Singapore did: order, national unity, long-term planning, cleanliness, and efficiency. And just like Singapore turned into an aviation hub, Rwanda is building Africa's air transit future through Kigali. Is Rwanda perfect? No. It is small, landlocked, and still developing. But discipline plus vision, regional integration, fast reform are exactly what transformed Singapore. Candidate 2, Mauritius, the island miracle. Mauritius used to depend on only sugarcane. Today it has financial services, tourism, tech parks, high human development, political stability. It is literally an island nation, just like Singapore. It invested in education, banking, English-French bilingualism, open trade, legal transparency, international companies base operations there. Wealth management thrives there. The middle class is growing. If an African country already feels like Singapore, it might be Mauritius. Candidate 3, Botswana, wealth without chaos. Botswana did something rare. It discovered diamonds and didn't fall into corruption, debt, and conflict. Instead, revenue was reinvested in infrastructure, expanded democracy, strengthened reserves, saved for the future. It has one of Africa's lowest corruption levels, highest GDP per capita in the region, most stable governments. Like Singapore, Botswana chose boring stability over dramatic politics, and boring stability created prosperity. Candidate 4, Kenya, the digital lion. Now let's talk scale and innovation. Kenya is not small or quiet. Kenya is bold. Nairobi is known as Silicon Savannah. Mobile banking revolution. M-Pesa was born here. Tech startups, thousands. Fintech, logistics, AI, e-commerce, exploding. Kenya has a massive young population, coastal trade access, strong entrepreneurship culture. If Singapore's strength was innovation plus trade, Kenya is following the same formula on a bigger canvas. Candidate 5, Ghana. Democracy meets opportunity. Ghana writes a different story. Peaceful power transfers vibrant democracy, strong cultural identity, growing middle class. Accra is becoming a business gateway to West Africa, a magnet for diaspora investment, a hub for education and media. Investors like something very specific, predictability, and Ghana provides it. Just as Singapore became the safe base in Southeast Asia, Ghana is becoming the stable anchor in West Africa. So, who will truly become the next Singapore? Here's the truth. Maybe no country will copy Singapore perfectly, and that's okay. Because Africa does not need another Singapore. Africa needs something better, an African success story written in an African way. But the ingredients are becoming crystal clear. Clean governance, smart cities, world-class education, digital infrastructure, open trade policy, strong national identity, zero tolerance for corruption. Where these ingredients appear, transformation follows. Right now, the leading contenders are Rwanda, Mauritius, Botswana, Kenya, Ghana. But history has surprises. 30 years ago, few people believed in Singapore either. The bigger message, Africa's future is not a joke. For decades, the world thought, Africa is only poverty. Africa is corruption. Africa is chaos. But look around. New skylines are rising. Trains are running. Tech hubs are buzzing. Young minds are building, coding, creating. Africa is not waiting for permission anymore. The next Singapore might not just be in Africa, it might be Africa itself. City by city, country by country. A future where Kigali is as clean as Zurich, Nairobi innovates like San Francisco, Accra feels as stable as Singapore, Mauritius manages finance like Luxembourg, Botswana grows prosperity without noise. This isn't fantasy, it's already beginning. So here's the real question. Not is Africa capable, but which country will be brave enough to do the hard things required? Which leaders will choose long-term vision over short-term popularity? Which nation will say, we will be the benchmark? The next Singapore might be in Africa, or the next global miracle might be something even greater. An African success story unlike anything the world has seen before. The future is closer than people think. If you enjoyed this journey, don't forget to like the video, subscribe, and tell me in the comments, which African country do you think could become the next Singapore? Because the conversation is part of the transformation.